episode of 8 Arrow Whispering. And on today's episode, we are going to be doing another fantasy football mock draft. I decided to do one, well actually we'll do two today. I decided now my two leagues that I am in have, we've established a draft date and have our order of where we're picking. And so I decided to do two mock drafts for each league. In the position I will be drafting in, which for one league, my 10-team league, I will be drafting in the 7th slot. And then for my 8-man Superflex league, I'll be drafting in the 4th spot. So, yeah, I figured it'd be fun to do a little fantasy draft, and then later this week I'll be dropping either my running back tier list or wide receiver tier list for fantasy football. If you guys have a preference of which you'd like to see first, let me know down in the comments, and if there's one that's more preferred over the other, I'll drop that later this week. And then I'll probably try to record some extra content this week, and just so I have stuff for next week, because I'll be going out of town next week for the next couple of weeks. So, one other thing, I know I think it was my first fantasy football mock draft video, I think it was the first one, maybe it was the second one, but some people commented that they were interested in starting a league. So if everyone who commented on that video that they were interested, if you are watching this and you are still interested, comment down below. I am willing to do a listener league. I will create a Discord and we'll get a league started. We need, preferably, we want 8 teams. I think anything less than that's just too much of like a stacked team. Even 8's a little stacked, but you can do it with 8 and it's still fun. So if we get 7 guys to comment down below that are interested in a fantasy football league, I will start one. I will create one. I'll get a Discord going and we'll get a listener league started. So let me know down in the comments if that's something you're interested in, and we will get it rolling. So without further ado, let's jump into today's fantasy football mock draft. I already have it set up, so we will claim this 7th. Actually, let me make sure the mute sounds. Yeah. And we will go ahead, claim the 7th spot, and get things started. I've already, determined at the 7th spot, I'm not going to be getting Jamar Chase, Bijan, Saquon, unfortunately. So I have given up hope on getting them, but let's see what players are available here. Amon-Ra, Puka Nacua, Malik Neighbors, Nico, Brian Thomas, A.J. Brown. We have Derrick Henry, Ashton Jeanty, Christian McCaffrey, Bucky Irving, season. Nico served me well last season. And I'm glad I punted it because even though, these three went, if either Derrick Henry or Ashton had fallen to me at this spot, I would have taken them. But since they fell, do we go with our one running back or do we go receiver? I feel like running back is deeper than receiver this year. And even though typically I do back-to-back running backs, that's my typical strategy. I'd like to see what a team would look like, so let's do Drake London. Let's do Drake London, Nico Collins, Drake London, my wide receiver 1 and 2, and see what running backs fall to me in the third round. Okay. Alright, so we still have some nice running backs available. One of one of my fantasy mock drafts, one of the users commented, or viewers commented that he thinks Kenneth Walker's a top running back, and I could see it if he stays healthy though, and that's a big if. It doesn't look like he's played a full season his entire career. So I think if he can stay healthy, then he might be able to break the top 10, but I'm not convinced on his health. So, Kyron Williams here. Kyron Williams. Big workload with the Los Angeles, especially if Matthew Stafford is out, like he has been all training camp. If he continues to stay out, I think Kyron Williams' workload is just gonna go up from there. Let's see. Okay. Wilson here. I like having, three wide receivers. Not typically what I do. Go into the fifth round with only one running back. But I just want to see what the team would look like, so let's see. Alright, let's go. I like James Conner. He served me well last season. But with him, health is another concern. He's 30. Not one to stay healthy. Even, he's another one who has not played a full season. Now last year I think was his most, and I'm sure if I think the Panthers beat them in week 15 or 16 to end their season. It ended their shot at playoffs. You're welcome. I was pretty happy with that win. But I'm sure if they had stayed in the race, he would have played. But yeah, he didn't finish out last season. But when he plays, he's great. So I think I'll give James Conner a shot here as my RB2. Let's see. What tight ends are there? DJ Hawkinson, Travis Kelce, Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix. Okay. pretty sure he's not even. Oh, he's RB1 now on the depth chart, but I'm pretty sure when they first dropped their depth chart, he was like RB4 or something. He wasn't even RB2. So I could see J.K. Dobbins taking a lot of snaps, especially to start the season. So I'm a little less high on R.J. Harvey. But I do like Isaiah Pacheco. He's another one, doesn't necessarily stay healthy, especially last season, but he started off the year pretty great before he got hurt, I feel like. Let me look. Alright, maybe not great. Yeah, okay, maybe not great. As great as I thought. So maybe not as high as Isaiah Pacheco. Golly. Alright, you know what? Let's do. Oh, we got 2 seconds. Joe Mixon. He was nice last year. Player profile. He was nice last year. Got hurt, unfortunately, but he had some big games. Let's look at his game log. He had some big games. Yeah, especially to start the season. Now he got hurt for 3 weeks. But he came back and didn't miss a step. I mean, he disappeared come playoff time, unfortunately, but he started off with some big games, so if he can be healthy, he's nice. He's nice. Alright, so we have 3 and 3. Oh man, a lot of quarterbacks have gone. A lot of quarterbacks. That's okay. I don't love Travis Hunter. And I think I mentioned this in the last video. I don't think, not because I don't think he's going to be good at football, but for fantasy-wise, I don't think, if he truly is playing both sides of the ball, I don't think he'll be as effective on offense. And so, yeah, in the 7th round, there's no one really at running back that really jumps out to me, or wide receiver. I'm okay to let it fall. I'm tempted by Jalen Waddle. Honestly, I've been hearing some good things out of camp with him. Let's see, Waddle. Let's see, where's oh, I didn't see this. Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel said Tuesday that Waddle, undisclosed, and fellow starting wideout Tyreek Hill, oblique, are both day-to-day. Yeah, so he's hurt again. Another one just can't stay healthy. But we'll go Travis Kelce. I'm okay with Travis Kelce in the 7th. Yeah. Jordan Addison. I like Jordan Addison. He is going to be suspended the first 3 games of the season, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, he'll make his 2025 debut in week 4, so he's out the first 3 weeks. But let's see what quarterbacks are there. I mean, I could go with the stack here. I have my option of stacks between Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Nico Collins. With C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, or Michael Penix. crazy, but he's consistent, I feel like. And now with Geno Smith, I feel like it'll just be, his product will go up. Okay, coming in the 9th round, Travis Etienne. You know, he's RB1 there in Jacksonville. He hasn't been great. He hasn't lived up to the hype, but 2023 he was RB3 on the year, and you know, new coach, new offense. Maybe there'll be more work for him. Lead back, rush twice for 6 yards. Yeah, he's RB1 right there. Oh, no, they have him as RB2 now to Tank Bigsby. Okay, I was unaware of that. But, Etienne rushed the ball. Etienne was on the field for the Jaguars' first offensive drive. Have handled the bulk of the reps alongside. Okay, I mean, I'm willing to take a shot. Actually, let's go Jalen Warren. Caleb Johnson did not look awesome in his preseason debut. Now I know that's doesn't mean much, right? But Jalen Warren, he's been there. He knows the offense. So let's give him a shot. And Etienne's still there if we want him. Let's see. Let's look at our quarterbacks. Kyler Murray's still available. Brock Purdy. You know what? Let's try the CJ Stroud stack with Nico Collins. CJ Stroud, good first season. Sophomore slump coming into last year, but this year maybe he'll step it up again. You know, just had to get that second year under his belt. Oh, I like this. Amiga Ibuka. Yeah, I like him in the 11th. We're going with that one. And then we'll come back around. And, let's see. Let's get it back up to CJ with... you know, let's go for that double stack with Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson and CJ Stroud and Nico Collins. Let's see here. Who was the dude who hit the 70-yarder? Yeah, Cam Little. Taking Cam Little, and then we'll come back. And I mean, defense for me is honestly like matchups week to week. Who's ever playing the worst offense, I tend to gravitate towards picking them up in waivers. But let's go. We'll go. it's a foundation. It's not what I'm going to end the season with, and so for a foundation, I'm okay with it. I can build around this team, make a few tweaks here and there, maybe make a few trades, get some people in free agency. Yeah, I'm content with this team. I'm not overjoyed. I'm not disappointed, but I am content. I think I would probably make a few different moves when it comes to receiver. And what I did with my 1 and 2 picks. But overall, good practice. So, we will come back in 1 second and do a super flex draft next. So, I'll see you guys in 1 second. Alright, here we are. We have updated it to be a super flex 2 quarterback league, 8 teams. Which going from drafting in a 10-team league to an 8-team league, very fun. But it can be deceiving because you're like overwhelmed with how many good players are still available that you're not even thinking, you're just sort of like, oh, this guy's here, let me go with him. So you have to be careful, and you have to you still have to look at the board and get the right guys at the right spots. I've noticed if I go from drafting the 10-team league to this one, I can tend to get lazy. I'm just not fully think through everything. So we have the 4th pick in this league, which I don't hate. Smack dab in the middle. I might rather have the 8th spot, or the 7th or 2nd. I never really like picking 1. I just think that's too much pressure. But I like having the back-to-back picks at the 8th spot. But 4's not bad. 4's not bad. We'll roll with it. So let's get started here and see who falls to us at 4. Justin Jefferson. Jahmyr Gibbs. I haven't been getting Jahmyr Gibbs in a lot of drafts. But I do like me some Jahmyr. Man, Justin Jefferson's tempting. I just... Can McCarthy do it? Can McCarthy do it? I don't know. I don't know if McCarthy can get it done. Let's go CD. Let's go CD. I trust his quarterback a little bit more. Let's see what falls to us here. Alright, let's go running back, and we'll go with Bucky Irving. Go with Bucky Irving, see what our team looks like around that, and Lad McConkey, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill has been so counted out, and I get annoyed by Tyreek Hill, and he had such a bad season last year that I don't want to bother with him, but I do think he could turn it around this year and be a lot better than people are projecting him to be. So I'm tempted to go there, but let's do the opposite of what we did last time. Let's do back-to-back running. Well, I guess we went not the opposite of what we did last time, but we'll go. And this is a 2 quarterback league. We have to remember that as well. But okay, Tyreek Hill's still there. You know what? Let's do it. Let's give Tyreek a shot. I was tempted by T. Higgins, but let's see. Let's see what tight about that is neither of them are rushing quarterbacks. And with a two quarterback league, I typically like to have one rushing quarterback and then one not so much. So something I could do that is intriguing to me here. I could go Cortland Sutton and get Bo Nix to pair with him, and then choose between Brock Purdy and Dak. I do like that, and I'm pretty high on Cortland Sutton this year. Man, I would love, if I had the first pick, I would get Jamar first or second, and then if I could turn around and get Joe Burrow, that would be fantastic. But obviously that's not going to happen because I don't have the first pick or the second pick. The pick I have is not going to land me Jamar Chase, so alright, in this scenario, you know what? Let's see what it's like with Kenneth Walker. Let's see what it's like, and then if Cortland can get back to me, he can. Nice. Go Cortland Sutton there. Go Cortland Sutton there, and now that gives us a third. You know, we have more option at quarterback now. Oh, well, Bo Nix just went, so that sucks. That sucks. Okay. Okay. But still Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott, so we can hopefully wait on them a little bit. Let's see, we have a 3-3. I like Worthy, McMillan. Let's try Travion Henderson. I've been hearing some nice things about him in training camp and whatnot, so yeah, we'll give Trayvon Henderson a shot and see who comes back around to us. Hopefully McMillan might fall to us. He will. Alright, that's nice. That makes that easy. Yeah, I'm really liking this so far. I need to, let's go ahead and get Brock Purdy. No, let's secure Dak. Let's secure Dak, and hopefully Brock Purdy will fall to us. This next, everyone has two well, except teammate, they have no quarterback, so they're probably gonna take Brock Purdy this next go round if I don't take him here. I mean, we have what we want in our other positions, and there's no one that's really standing out to me in these spots, so yeah, we'll go ahead, we'll secure Brock Purdy, have Dak and Purdy as our 1-2 punch, and Cooper Kupp, Stephon, Matthew Golden, Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, Travis Etienne, Jalen Warren, Cam Scottaboo. None of these guys are really jumping out to me. You know, I'm a little tempted, with it being a two quarterback league, I'm a little tempted to go take a flyer on like Justin Fields, with his rushing ability. Yeah. Because man, I'm telling you, if Justin Fields can put it together with his passing, if he can just put that together with Garrett Wilson, he will be something special this year with his rushing, and yeah. Alright. receiver 1. That's nice. Or do we want Cam Scattaboo? Scattaboo. Where is he at? He's RB2. I've heard good things of him coming out of camp as well. Let's look at our team. Kenneth Walker, there we go. Bucky Irving. Cortland Sutton, Detero McMillan. Okay. We'll go, just to even it out, we'll do Cam Scattaboo. So we have our 5 running backs and 4 receivers. Alright, 5 and 4. That's not bad. And then we'll go Broncos defense and see what kicker falls to us. Cam Little, dude. 70-yarder. 70-yarder. Cam Little. Alright, so there we have it. Well, let's look over our team. We got Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, with Bucky Irving, Josh Jacobs, CeeDee Lamb with the stack for Dak, Tyreek Hill, George Kittle with the stack with Brock Purdy, Kenneth Walker, and Cam Little, in Denver. And then on our bench we have Cortland Sutton, Travion Henderson, Detero McMillan, Justin Fields, and Cam Scattaboo. I like this team. If this is how the draft shaped up, I would be very happy. I like this team. Again, it's a foundation, so I don't know what the team would look like at the end of the season, but I'd be very stoked to get this team. Let's look at some of the other slots. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Saquon, Devon Brown, Thomas, Marvin Harrison. They have a pretty good squad. They have a nice team. CJ Stroud. I mean, that's the thing about an 8-team league. You're all gonna have nice teams. Unless you're this guy. Then you're not gonna have that great of a team. I mean, he's still got a good team. He's got Bijan, AJ Brown, D. Higgins. He's got Brock Bowers, but I don't love Breece Hall. Not a Breece Hall guy this year. I don't have any confidence in him. You know, I said this in my quarterback tier list video. I'm not a fan of Patrick Mahomes in fantasy. He's a great quarterback, but not for fantasy in my opinion. So, yeah, not a huge fan of this team right here. This is a nice team. Yeah, I like this team. Oh, this might be my that's 10. I mean, if we have 10 guys, we can have a 10-team league. We can even maybe have a 12-team league. But let me know down in the comments, and I will get something cooking. But yeah, other than that, I appreciate you guys as always tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.